usually very primitive in nature. They don't have all the exact questions. As an app ages, the questions that people will have and the problems that they will encounter become more familiar and predictable. And so those questions are able to be answered, with, as I said, predictability. And when you're working with a live agent and a bot that's utilizing AI function, the questions that I've been asking, it sounds like there's a child on the other end, The AI would most certainly be giving me a more complete answer. In addition to that, Cash App supposedly recently started allowing notes. They call them notes. And when you send a money request in the memo line, you're allowed to say what it's for. Well, I created a brand new Cash App account. And as I said, this is how my sponsors, as I call them, and the people who donate to me, this is how they have been supporting me through all of this nonsense. This is how they've been paying my phone bill, how they've been buying me shampoo, conditioner, clothing, etc. Oh, speaking of which, you guys, I got a 4-pack of leggings on Amazon for $22. They're beautiful. I love them. So soft, so nice. If you want the link, just send me a DM. But anyways, in the memo line for Cash App, they're saying nasty words. Words that most apps, if you think of how they rate movies, like PG-13, R, G, whatever the ratings are, most apps are running like PG. Anything more than PG, AI will filter out most of the time. Most apps, Cash App included. They have got this version of my Cash App running on NC-17, okay? Or maybe even X. The things that these haters are saying in my memo line are absolutely obscene. And I'm reporting it to Cash App support, and I'm screenshotting it to death, and I'm sending them all of this, information, and they're straight up just like, oh, well, what do you mean? The fuck do you mean? What do I mean? Anyone will know what I mean because AI knows what I mean. Humans are definitely going to understand if I say, look at this explicit, harmful and offensive content that's being sent to me. Any human or even some entry-level AIs, most AIs are going to know what words are explicit and the context for them. Look at ChatGPT. You could say some sort of elementary statement and receive a whole entire paragraph that sounds like you have an Ivy League education now from ChatGPT. So we know the technology exists, So that's why my best guess is that they're running some sort of clone software right now on my phone. I don't even know if this TikTok is getting out, or if this is a mirage itself. But I'm letting you guys know that that's taking place for the record. Other than that, it's just my family, my sister, my mom, my dad, my grandma. I call her my Gigi. The kids call her Gigi for great grandma. I haven't been able to sit down at a holiday dinner with them since 2020. I'm hurting. My entire life has been predicated on the family structure and the stability that it provides, whether we were quarreling or fighting or not getting along. We never missed a holiday. We always put our differences aside to catch up on holidays and be there to support each other on those special days, birthdays, holidays, etc. Obviously, the perfect family dynamic is that we have each other every day, 24/7. If one of us needs something, the other one picks up the slack. But not everyone is as privileged to have that. So I was very grateful for what I had with my family, but I also felt like I needed more. I would cry a lot. I would be like, man, I just want to go back to my mom's. I miss my mom. I want to go home. When I was, 23, 25, I craved that, that connection to my family. And I thought that just being able to be there on holidays and birthdays was not enough. Well, in 2020, I was put to the ultimate test because even though I have, minimal telephone communication with them, I have not been able to sit down at the table for a family dinner with my mom and my grandma, my dad and my stepfather, my brother, my sister. You know, I have a brother who doesn't even know me as an adult. He's just aging into his adult years now. You know, he's in his freshman year of college, and I haven't been able to sit down since 2019, 2020. He was a freshman. He was a teenager. He was a middle schooler. So was my daughter. The last time I was able to go, you know, spend time with my whole family. So it hurts, you guys, a lot. It hurts a lot, you know, and I'm doing my best to compartmentalize that as well. It's really tough going through all of these issues and situations when I'm business minded, I'm business savvy, I'm a good communicator. I'm, for the most part, as I said, incredibly honest and kind. You don't have to challenge me, you know, just like any other human being. If you abuse me enough, I will show you a different side of me. But for the most part, I try to always stay true to those qualities in myself: respectful, manners, you know, things like that. So it's tough, and we're doing our best, Xavier and I. You guys know I was not looking for a relationship when I met Xavier 2 years ago. When I met him, he told me that his brother worked for the district attorney's office and that they were on board to assist us with everything that was going on. You know, and all of the police reports that I had made and times that I had been robbed and the issue with my vehicle and the time that I was bludgeoned over the back of my head and the time that I was jumped and stabbed 11 times by 3 women with screwdrivers. And I had never experienced any victimizations in my life like that. I had never been violently assaulted in my life ever prior to 2019. So we still have no answers to any of that stuff, you guys. None of that stuff has been answered for. And ironically, rather than me being subpoenaed to court to be a witness as the victim in all of those cases where people are serving time, the man who bludgeoned me and beat me up was supposedly sentenced to 18 months only. I had to have staples in the back of my head. I couldn't even work for several days. I was covered in bruises from my head to my toes. He punched me, he stomped on my body, and he took a tire iron out of the backseat of my car while I was at the car wash washing my vehicle and began just bludgeoning me over the head repeatedly. Some truck drivers interfered, someone called the police, and they caught the guy at the scene. I wasn't even called by the court system to testify, you know, about that case. So it's very curious to me, and I explained this yesterday in a really nice way that I'd like to repeat. My problem is not with the police because I think there's something deeper. I'm 37 years old. If I had ever been, you know, robbed or harmed in any way prior to 2020, I would call the police and the police would be there. So what about 2020 to now has changed that? And that's where I'm at. I'm looking for solutions. I'm looking with logic and practicality for solutions and an explanation that makes sense. But I still don't have one. And as I said, how ironic it is that now I'm in court defending myself, you know, against all these allegations. And I said this before a lot of times, and I'll say this again. The DCFS system, they investigate everything. So all you have to do is call and say, you know, say you don't like someone. You call and say, oh, so-and-so did this. They will literally go over there and get in your child's business. They will meet them at school. They will come to your home. And it's happened to so many. And the most crazy part of it all is that there are bloggers who have been talking about this in an effort to expose this system. And they are being filtered from mainstream internet. You have to have like some sort of special, either direct HTML access. You know, so the algorithms are not working to, you know, circulate truthfulness that they feel may fearmonger. As a matter of fact, a lot of it is getting marked as spam or scams when it's not, when it's actually truthfulness. So I hope that all my tech friends can help us out. And, you know, I do have a desire to get back into tech and start learning about these things because Please, you guys, don't let them silence the truth. When these things are happening to us, we need to find solutions together. And like I said, when you don't know, you just don't know. And someone could be a school teacher hearing things like this, and this could change the course of their career and the way that they handle situations. So I'm just saying, please don't allow the internet to become a completely one-sided, biased database. Let it be really what it is, and let us as humans, with the assistance and guidance of artificial intelligence, or the other way around, create solutions. Let us move forward in a way that creates solutions to these problems, because we're far past the time in evolution where we can simply say, well, we don't know. We do know nowadays. We definitely know. And if we don't know, we can most certainly find out. If the only reason, or the only thing preventing us from finding out, is money or resources, we have an abundance of those in this world, do we not? We have detectives, we have FBI, we have investigators, we have private detectives, we have moles, we have informants, we have all of this investigative, intelligence. If we don't know, we can most certainly find out. So let's start finding out. But then once we find out, let's fix it. I'll keep you guys posted with what's going on over the next few days. Like I said, my primary concern right now, as it always has been, is to remain as calm, stable, and balanced for my children's benefit as possible in my communications with them, to be as honest and truthful, and provide the most reliable information about my situation that exists, despite some pretty big emotions and fears. The homeless thing, I was sexually assaulted while we were homeless. I was robbed multiple times while we were homeless. I was bludgeoned while I was living in my car. My fears are not irrational. They stem from situations that have already taken place that I pray to God I never have to experience again. I pray to God no one ever has to experience them again, but specifically that I do not, and that my family does not. So you guys have a great day. And if there's anything that you could do to financially contribute, please help me out. Have a good day.